So you're a guy in Egypt, 5,000 years ago, and you just got the best job of your whole life. You are now the king's personal cup guy. Your job is to hand him his drink. That's it. That's the whole job. And I need you to understand, that is a huge deal. That means you're close to the king. That means people respect you. Your mom is telling everyone in the village, you made it. You have also, without knowing it, just signed up to die. But nobody tells you that part yet. Okay, so let me back up. This is a long, long time ago. Way before the big pyramids you're picturing in your head right now. This is the very start of Egypt, like the first kings ever. And back then, people believed something kind of wild. They believed that when you die, you don't just stop. You keep living, just somewhere else. Like moving to a new house, same life, new address. So when regular people died, they'd get buried with stuff they'd need. Food, cups, little toy versions of furniture. Simple, makes sense. Pack your bags for the trip. But if you're the king who died, he's not gonna pour his own drinks in the afterlife. Come on, he's a king. He needs staff. And that's where it gets bad for you, cup guy. So there's this place in Egypt called Abydos. It's like the VIP graveyard for kings. And a long time ago, people started digging there to see what was inside. And they found the tomb of a king named Djer. And right around his tomb, not far away, not later, right around it, they found over 300 other graves. 300. And at first everyone's like, oh, maybe those people just died around the same time and got buried nearby. That's normal, right? Except, no. The graves were all built at the exact same time as the king's tomb. Same construction, same roof beams going straight across. Which means this wasn't a coincidence. This was the plan. These people were built into the tomb like they were part of the furniture. So who were they? Well, we actually know some of their jobs, because there's little stone tags next to some graves, kind of like ancient name tags. And it's not random people off the street, it's staff, cupbearers, servants. There's also a group believed to be dwarfs, who back then often had a pretty respected job. A lot of them worked as skilled jewelry makers, which is kind of cool actually, not what you'd expect. There's dogs. And get this, there might be an actual pet lion buried in there too. A whole lion, who did nothing wrong, just vibing, and then nope, you're going too. Now you'd think, okay, that's the worst part, right? Wrong. It gets worse. Because here's the question everyone asks. How did they die? And most experts think it wasn't some big violent thing. The bodies were found calm, laying down nice and neat, no signs of a struggle, which points to poison, probably in a drink. Let that sink in for 1 second. The guy whose whole job was handing the king his cup might have gotten handed a cup right back. Nobody has to say the joke out loud there. You already got there yourself. But here's the part that actually makes this more interesting than just old-timey murder story. Historians aren't even sure everyone was forced. Because remember that belief I mentioned? Life just keeps going after you die, same job, same everything. If you're the king's cup guy on Earth, and you get buried with him, the belief says you get to keep being his cup guy forever, in paradise, forever taken care of. To us that sounds terrifying, but to some of these people, who fully believed it, that might have actually felt like winning the lottery. Forever job, forever close to the most powerful guy in the country. Doesn't make it okay, just makes it more complicated than evil king kills everybody for fun. And it keeps going, by the way. The next king after Djer, a guy named Djet, does the exact same thing. And there's also a queen from this time, Merneith, who might have actually ruled Egypt herself. One of the first powerful women in recorded history that we know of. And she has people buried around her tomb too. So this wasn't one weird king having a bad day. This was just how things were done for a while. Standard procedure. And when you add it all up, across just a handful of these early kings, we're talking over 1,000 people buried this way. 1,000, because the guys in charge decided the afterlife needed a full staff on day one. And real quick, because it just keeps stacking up the more you look at it, You've got the cup guy, killed by the one job he was proud of. You've got the dwarfs, some of them skilled workers with actual good careers, gone. And you've got the lion, who again, I cannot stress this enough, did not apply for this. Now here's the actual twist. The good part, kind of. Egypt stops doing this. And it's not really because someone had a change of heart. It's more boring than that. Actually, it's basically math. Somebody in charge probably looked around and went, wait, we just killed off all our best trained workers, our best cup guy, our best jewelry makers, in one afternoon, for a funeral. That's not sad, that's just bad planning. Skilled workers are hard to replace, so slowly, this whole practice just fades out. And what replaces it might be my favorite plot twist in this whole story. Instead of burying real people, they start burying little statues instead. These are called shabti, and the idea is genius, honestly. The statue gets magically switched on in the afterlife to do the work for you. Some of them even have tiny writing carved on them, basically a magic instruction, where if the dead king gets assigned a chore in the afterlife, the little statue is supposed to step forward and go, basically, don't worry, I got this one. A stand-in, forever. And this idea sticks around for thousands of years after this. You know King Tut? His tomb had hundreds of these little statues in it. One for every day of the year, plus some little boss statues to manage the rest. Imagine explaining that upgrade. We used to bury real people. Now we bury a little clay guy instead. Great update, 5 stars. So here's your callback, because I promised the lion mattered. The only reason we even know any of this, the cup guy, the dwarfs, the lion, all of it, is because those graves at Abydos stayed just untouched enough and just labeled enough for people digging thousands of years later to piece the whole story back together. So that cup guy, who thought his big promotion was the best thing that ever happened to him, he didn't get some great reward. He got a stone tag with his job on it, in a hole next to a lion. And a few thousand years later, some archaeologist with a little brush found him and went, huh, interesting. Which is either the saddest ending ever, or honestly, kind of the only way the guy was ever going to get remembered at all. Depends how you look at it, I guess.